I teach you, you teach me. Together we explore and discover the mysteries of sex. The Mysteries of Sex with Love My Yacht. Love My Yacht. The Mysteries of Sex. Every second and fourth Tuesday at 9 p.m. on TV 33 WHPR on Comcast Cable Channel 91 Detroit. Sex. Would you or would you not? The Mysteries of Sex. With your host, Love My Yacht. The Mysteries of Sex.
Yo, what's happening? It's the Big Dog Blast. Shouts out to my girl, Love My Yacht, man. You know what it is. Mysteries of Sex. What's happening? You should know it all by now.
Yo, what's up? It's Bruh Man from the Fifth Floor. Hanging with Love My Yacht on Mysteries of Sex.
Baby, WHPR TV 33. I teach you, you teach me. Together, we explore and discover the mysteries of sex.
You got some sandwiches.
Ooh. You got some sandwiches for them? Please. Hi, this is Love My Yacht, WHPR TV 33 with the one and only Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Say hi to all the viewers, Lisa.
Hello, everyone. God bless you all.
Once again, this is Love My Yacht with Lisa. Woo. Peace.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Cisco. I'm kicking it with Love My Yacht right here on Mysteries of Sex. See, it was a mystery.
Bam. I got it. On WHPR TV 33 with the one and only Lil G from Silver.
What's happening? How y'all doing out there, Detroit? Yes, I'm chilling. Love you.
Oh, yeah. Bam. Got him.
I want to find out.
Together, we explore and discover the mysteries of sex.
Let's talk sex with Love My Yacht. Let's talk sex with Love My Yacht.
Would you teach it?
Let's talk sex with Love My Yacht.
Would you try it?
Let's talk sex with Love My Yacht.
Would you
Would you
love
or would
it?
you not? Let's talk sex with Love My Yacht.
Would you
Would you
touch
or would you
it?
not?
Would you
Let's talk
trust
sex
me?
with Love My Yacht.
Would
Would
you
you
try
or would you
it?
not?
Would you
Let's
try
talk sex
it?
with Love My Yacht.
Or would you
Would you
deny
or
it?
would you not? Let's talk sex.
Welcome to the Mysteries of Sex with yours truly, Love My Yacht, and the beautiful Lexi the Hair Diva.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my goodness, isn't the weather phenomenal?
The weather is phenomenal.
I am
It's
so
about time,
excited.
though.
Yes,
Good
we didn't
Jesus.
have a spring, did we?
We really didn't.
We went from winter to summer.
And so you know that means we're going to go from summer straight back into winter.
No,
before
don't say
it's
that.
Michigan, honey. It's Michigan.
Oh my goodness. Man, we have some beautiful guests today. Today is going to be awesome. We got my girl in the house.
Yeah.
Remember I told you Miss Rocky?
You did, and we've met already.
Did you?
She's
oh
awesome.
My goodness. Man, her show is off the chain.
Yes.
Her show is so off the chain. I really had the honor being on her show. But she got some stuff going on. She has an article in the magazine.
Come on,
with,
Rocky.
you know what? I'm gonna wait till she come on.
Come through, Rocky.
Rocky is, when I tell you she the real deal, it's like, I'm speechless,
I'm
right?
excited.
I'm so excited. And then we have Miss Brown. You know who Miss Brown is, right?
Now, Miss Brown.
Oh, you know who Miss Brown is. But I'm gonna wait because guess what?
Okay.
Miss Brown is Rocky girl.
Okay.
So all shout out to Miss Rocky for getting Miss Brown on the show.
But Rocky's got things going on.
Rocky
right?
got a lot going on.
Rocky doing it.
Rocky is the
I even like that
bomb.com.
name.
Rocky.
Yeah.
You can't lose a Rocky game.
Right. It just sounds rough and tough and like I'm in it to win it.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, like she ain't playing no holds barred.
I love
so,
that.
Look, Lexi, you've been doing a lot of stuff.
Oh my good Jesus, don't even try. I'm sitting here, I'm exhausted right now. In case you guys can't tell, I am so tired. It started like last Friday with the concert at Greater Grace, and I had my eyewear there. You've Been Framed was at Greater Grace concert with Freddie Hammond, Donna McClurkin, and all of them. And then that was Friday. And then Saturday, there were cameras in my salon recording me and my staff for a documentary that was being done on me. And then Sunday, I had to actually go to the studio to do a sit-down interview for the documentary. And then Monday, I had another radio interview on 9:10 a.m. And then this morning, I had to be at Dorsey Cosmetology School to do a class and seminar for the students there. Yes. And now I'm here with you guys. And
because this is home.
Yes, it is.
This is home.
This is home.
This is home. So
this is home.
I'm excited too because I got some stuff going on.
You got a lot going on. You got a book. This girl got a book out now, you guys.
My goodness. Yes, he chose me.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Lexi, you got to see this book.
Phenomenal.
You got to read this book. It's an easy read, and I made it so that you won't lose interest. It's an authentic book. Okay. It's my story. It's the truth, and it's 147 pages. I was running kind of behind today, so I got to give you a shout out because I made some power moves. Okay. I made some serious power moves today. So I got here in the nick of time, but we have so much going on. I mean, Love Maya and the Eye Candies are going to Miami for Rolling Loud.
I want to go.
I wish you could.
I want to.
Well, look, go to the BET Awards with us in July.
Okay.
Detroit, July, I think it's like July the 10th or something. I got to make sure.
July the 14th, I got to be at the Gospel Music Workshop in Atlanta.
Really? See, we got so much. We bringing Detroit to surface.
Jesus Christ.
We are definitely bringing, and you know what? I want Detroit to be one of the pillars of no shame when it comes to sexuality.
Absolutely.
So I'm out here and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going. Look, my producer told me something about grabbing my titties. Oh, okay. The sign. Oh, look, my producer said something, so I started. She did like this, so I started pushing mine. Like, okay, maybe my boobs are like.
She can't help herself, you guys. If anybody know Mia, she can't help herself.
Yeah, so we gotta get stuff together. We have a very, very exciting show, you guys. So give us a second. Don't go away. Stay tuned in. As always, I teach you, you teach me. Don't go nowhere, because together we're gonna explore and discover the mysteries of sex. When we come back, we're gonna have my girl, Miss Roxy, on the set. We'll be right back. Peace.
Let's talk sex with Maya. Let's talk sex with Maya.
Would you teach it?
Let's talk sex with Maya.
Would you try it?
I teach you, you teach me. Together we explore and discover the mysteries of sex. The mysteries of sex with Love My Yacht. Love My Yacht. The Mysteries of Sex. Every second and fourth Tuesday at 9 p.m. on TV 33 WHPR on Comcast Cable Channel 91 Detroit. Sex. Would you or would you not? The Mysteries of Sex. With your host, Love My Yacht. The Mysteries of Sex.
Yo, what's happening? It's the Big Dog Blast. Shouts out to my girl, Love My Yacht, man. You know what it is. Mysteries of Sex. What's happening? You should know it all by now.
Yo, what's up? It's Bruh Man from the Fifth Flow, hanging with Love My Yacht on Mysteries of Sex.
Baby, WHPR TV 33. I teach you, you teach me. Together, we explore and discover the mysteries of sex.
You got some sandwiches.
Ooh. You got some sandwiches for them? Please. Hi, this is Love My Yacht, WHPR TV 33 with the one and only Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Say hi to all the viewers, Lisa.
Hello, everyone. God bless you all.
Once again, this is Love My Yacht with Lisa. Peace.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Cisco. I'm kicking it with Love My Yacht right here on Mysteries of Sex. See, it was a mystery.
Bam. I got him. On WHPR TV 33 with the one and only Lil Film.
What's that? How y'all doing out there, Detroit? Yes, I'm chilling. You love me. I want to find out.
Let's talk sex with Maya. Let's talk sex with Maya.
Would you teach it?
Let's talk sex with Maya.
Would you try it?
Let's talk sex with Maya.
Would
you not?
Hi, and welcome back to the Mysteries of Sex. Guys, we got the one and only Rocky from Rocky's Reality. What up, though?
What up, though? How are you?
Man, I love you. Your show was one of my favorite shows.
Oh,
boy.
wow. It was one of mine too because it's one of my favorite topics. So.
What's your favorite topic?
One of them is sex.
See, that's why I like her. Told y'all.
Well, I know you guys got along just
and that was just part. Yes, we did. We had an awesome time. I wish she could have stayed the whole 2 hours, but that's okay. Next time.
I had Silk that day. But other than that, I would have stayed.
I understand. No,
man, that was good. But look, you did an article on Lettucey. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Well, actually, that's my 3rd time interviewing her.
Really?
Actually, yes. Because I've been writing for about 3-4 years now. I mean, all my life, but professionally, I've been writing about 3-4 years now.
Wow.
So, yeah,
so
that was actually my 3rd time interview. She's just awesome. Well, for one, she's an Aries like me, so she's dope.
Okay.
You know, she's real. She's just genuine. She is just truly, her voice is an instrument. She's just an artist. Just genuine, just intellectual, smart, and sexy.
Tell me, what inspired you to choose her out of all the celebrities you interviewed? What inspired you to choose her for an article and as a cover sheet?
Well, it wasn't actually. It's actually she chose me. As far as God made that happen.
Okay.
Because I had been wanting a cover story for a while, and I had interviewed her for another publication. This is R&B.com. Okay. And so it just so happened that was on the roster.
Wow.
At that time,
divine order.
Exactly.
Divine order. Yeah.
So, and I had met her last year as well, because I initially interviewed her for This Is R&B.com, another publication I write for. And then again, she came here last November for BTAN, which is Black Treatment Advocacy Network. It's for HIV awareness.
Wow.
So I interviewed her. Shout out to Evelyn Postel Franklin, my girlfriend, who put me on that. So I met her.
Shout
out. Hey, Evelyn.
Evelyn, we love you, Evelyn.
So I had already been talking to my editor at Rolling Out about, like, it's time. I've been writing for you all for a while.
Okay.
I know I have the talent. Yes, right. I mean, I know, so just a humble brag, like, when you have a gift.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
And it just so happened my managing editor was like, well, what about Lettucey? And I'm like, yes, of course. So,
yes.
And it was a natural hair issue.
Yes, natural hair issue.
It was the natural hair issue.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So we talked about her hair, and, I tried to get in her business a little bit.
Did you get in her business?
I did, but she let me just a little bit.
Just a little tiny bit.
But I asked a question.
What are the tricks to getting into these celebrities' business? Because they know how to kind of elude you a little bit.
And she did, but the thing is, you just have to have a conversation.
Right.
Like with any interview, that's the key for anyone.
Right.
I'm a social worker by trade.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a natural talker. So when you talk to people, they relax. They start to tell you stuff.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm just one of the people too. People just be talking to me randomly in a grocery store.
They just pour out to you.
Yeah.
You have that type of energy.
And I have a passion for music.
Yeah.
And
but tell me, how long have you had this passion for music, and why?
All my life. My mother had a music room when I was little.
Yes.
Okay. She literally had a room where it was black light posters. There were albums, like real albums, 45s, 33s. And just as I got older, I would listen to Mason in the morning.
Okay.
Wake up to him, Lisa. I always fantasized about being on the radio, and I always loved music.
Yeah.
So as I got older, I can hold a tune. Now I don't sing.
Okay.
I can
you
do
don't
karaoke.
So you do
no,
karaoke?
no. I can hold a tune.
Your own.
But I mean, not professionally, but I can karaoke.
Especially in the shower, huh?
In the car, anywhere.
Bro, in the shower, I can tear it up in the shower. Oh my, Lexi, can you sing?
Not at all. I used to think I could.
No.
All the PKs think they can sing.
Oh, Lord, you a PK? Oh, shout out to Gigi, my best friend. Oh, Lord. That's another conversation.
They say we're the worst ones.
I've always just appreciated artists and just how it makes you feel, how music is a universal language, how you connect with others.
It's a part of us.
And I've always just...
Music is a part of us.
Exactly.
Vibration.
Right. It's like the soundtrack to your life, literally.
Yes.
When you're going through certain things, music reminds you of that. And just the fact to connect with certain artists, because a lot of my interviews are over the phone.
Okay.
So, but even still to connect with them and just, again, ask them about their art and try to get in their business.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Well, tell us, Lexi.
Yes.
Rocky is married. And she's been married for a very long time.
How long have you been married, Rocky?
I mean, relative to some people, it'll be 16 years.
And she's happily married.
Yeah. Wow. Right now, I like him Yeah,
right now.
Right now.
Wait, so tell me, Rocky, do you go through a thing of right now I like you, you my husband, but then next week I could not like you, but you still my husband?
I mean, that's the realistic part of it.
That's how it goes.
That's the reality of it.
So do you fall in love and out of love, in love and out of love, and you always love them
in and out of like.
And out of like,
you know, not in and out of love because and we've been through some rough times, you know, but we always have that connection even in our darkest hours.
Perfect.
So and the thing is, it's proactive. Like with any relationship, you have to nurture it if you want it to be something. And at times when you're not nurturing it, it's gonna be jacked up.
Yes.
And then when you are nurturing it, when you are being purposeful, it's good. And it's about your attitude about it as well.
Well, you know, in all relationships, you know, even here comes the PK in me now.
Wait, what do PK stand for?
Preacher's kid.
Oh, so I'm looking like PK.
And I'm laughing because my best friend of 25 years is a PK. So
oh my goodness.
But love covers a multitude of sin or a multitude of wrong.
That's true.
Yes. You know, so even when you never can really fall out of love with someone instantly.
No.
Not if you truly love them.
Yes.
No.
Because love covers a multitude of wrongdoings or sin.
You're right.
However you,
And I'm a person who's loyal.
Yeah.
To a fault.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Okay.
So I'm not someone who falls out of love with it. The thing is, once someone I'm connected with them, I'm connected with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Still mine. But tell me this, because you guys stress love, and you know that's my motto.
And it's a lot of other stuff too that go along with it.
But
Because love don't pay the bills.
Look,
but
I tell people all the time.
I know that's right.
I mean, you know, it's other things too.
I tell people, Rocky and Lexi, I say, look, before love, I go for trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because with trust do the foundation for love, security, and everything else.
Yep.
So I always go for trust factors first. Is that really good advice for me?
Absolutely. And there are times where, because there are times where I've dealt with infidelity in my marriage.
Oh.
And I honestly,
so you're in a monogamous marriage?
Now, yeah, I better be. Shit. Bleep that out.
Wait a minute.
But no, that's the reality of it. People who have been married for a while, they may have experienced that. All marriages experience issues.
Right.
Okay.
And that's something that I blogged about. That's kind of what got me into writing more, because I was blogging about different things in my life. And that was at a time where my husband had been unfaithful. And that was something we were dealing with. And the trust was broken.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, in a relationship. And it all comes down to what is the factor for you. And if you are willing to rebuild it, you can rebuild it.
Yes.
Right. So we did go through some things. And as far as I'm concerned, not knowingly, to me, that's not happening right now.
Like, have you ever cheated?
No.
Okay. What do you consider cheating?
That's not in my nature.
Oh, Lexi mocked you.
Now, here's the thing. I'm a flirtatious person, even with women.
Okay.
You know, if I like you, I'm talking to you, I'm hugging, touching. Now, men, no. But my thing is, yes, I've smiled.
Okay.
But anyone who knows me knows that I don't get down like that. I'm going to hug you. It's going to be respectful.
Okay.
We'll laugh. She giving me that look, but no, seriously, I don't even have to front even for TV. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't get down like that, because and even when that happened with my husband, you know, of course, people are like, oh, you should cheat back, but that's just not in me. That's not how I get down.
I mean, so you never had a phone call? You never had a phone call conversation with a guy, or a situation that you're on the telephone and you had a conversation with a person, but you know if your husband was right there, that conversation would not be taking place?
Well, as far as the nature of it, it may be certain comments wouldn't be made.
So is that considered cheating also? Because it's kind of like deceitful a little bit?
Well, if that's what what your definition
is.
Yes.
But considering what I've dealt with, no, damn it. It'll be all right. But no, seriously, that's not something that I do on a regular that I even encourage, because I'm always in situations, especially with me being in media, where people want to try me. And we know how men
and you're
are.
So beautiful. You have a beautiful personality.
Thank you.
And you know, I want to be married one day, but I think that, and I tell, you know, when I think about marriage, I say that it won't be society views of what's cheating.
Exactly.
Me and my spouse would have to have our own definition.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not deceitful, I mean, because anybody, you know, it's going to take a strong person. Rocky, can you imagine somebody marrying me?
Yes, but just like someone married me.
You can imagine somebody marrying me?
I can imagine someone.
But it's always the one who you know is the one who, out of when we take off the hair and the makeup,
take that wig off and they can still see you.
And he's and not just see you, but really looking at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So And again, and that's what I learned from going through that I had to make it my definition, that I had to be okay with my decisions.
Okay. So what about the sex, Rocky?
Oh, but
so
that's part of why we're still together.
16 years. Do the sex get boring?
I mean, it's like ebb and flow.
Okay.
Just like, I mean, again, it's not going to be just all the time. Of course, when we first met, it was more frequent.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was
How
more
frequent? Every day,
I mean,
twice a day, 3 times.
I mean, it would be like 3 or 4 times a night
because especially before the kids got here. Before the kids got here,
we had jobs, but it was some bullshit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Stop cursing. Stop cursing. My producer say something.
I'm gonna be beep.
Sorry, producer. Excuse me. Yeah, I love Jesus, but I curse.
I do too, and I say that. But you know that's a really good point because I have a lot of clients and they say to me, they say, "Love my yacht, how do you bring back the spice into the marriage? Before we got married, before we had children, we had wild sex. It was so good, you know, back-to-back orgasms and things of that nature. Now that we're married, we don't really date that much no more. Everything is like a cycle. You know, the bed, we had the baby, she had the baby, and the baby in the bed now. So no sex.
That's one thing no. That's
no
one thing I never did. My kids, it's you already
people knocking on the door.
Now, of course, those are, but that's my point. Of course, you already interrupted enough in my life, but you're not sleeping up in my bed.
Okay.
Now, when my children have been sick, maybe.
Yeah.
And like I said, when my baby was like a few months, I laid her on my chest after I breastfed her, but I never got into that habit.
Okay.
Because I believe it should be boundaries. As a mother, I had to learn that I made enough sacrifices.
Yes.
And with your husband, he satisfies you sexually. You're never curious about, dang, I wonder if somebody can give me some cunnilingus better.
Nah, I'm a human. So of course I see men that I'm attracted to every day.
Okay.
But see, that's the thing. It's not like you're not going to be tempted because we're human.
Yes.
That's unrealistic. I mean, we both have our like celebrity fantasies of people who will be discussing.
Well, who would be your celebrity fantasy? Now, see, it's tricky with you because you meet your celebrities, so now that's kind of tricky with you.
Let me see. I mean, of course, like the normal ones that a lot of people like Idris and you know, I love Common, Boris Cujo.
Oh, I love Common too. It's something about his swag. Common got some swag. Oh my goodness.
You know, and it's I mean, so
I don't even like skin.
Look, let's say he could get it. And I don't even like skin.
I always joke and say my husband tricked me because I prefer dark skin. But I say he tricked me because we were drinking gin and juice tonight we met.
Oh, gin and juice. That made me think about that rap song, gin and juice.
Yeah.
Look, guys, we got Rocky today as a guest. Please call in. She's pro monogamous marriages. So give us a call, 313-868-4336. What you was gonna say, Rocky?
And I was gonna say I don't want to say I'm pro monogamous. It's like, do you? Because if you have an open marriage, that's what works for you.
Right? Yes.
And that's what I learned as I've gotten older too.
Yes.
You know, it's like when you get a certain age, you're like, I'm doing me.
Okay, wait, I gotta ask you, Rocky. So you went through a situation, and you said, do you? You went through a situation that your husband cheated a little bit. Okay. Did you target the woman or did you target your husband?
Hell no.
Did you ever call that woman? Lexi, what you think about the wife calling the other woman?
Now, I did call the number because I wanted to get some information before I confronted him.
Why did you call her?
She didn't answer because I wanted to get some. Just like I'm the type, if I ask you a question, I already know the answer.
Yes, I am too. Okay.
Because I've already done my investigation.
Okay.
That's how I work. So I wasn't calling her to be like, what you doing with my man? No, because he made the vow to me.
Yes, not her.
I've always been clear on that. And again, it's kind of cliche when we, you know, and I know that happens in real life where women attack each other. But,
why is that? Because I want to attack no woman. I'm going to my man, especially if you know you're not going to leave your husband.
Now, this is my thing. If she was a girlfriend that I knew, then I would have been like, yeah, going after her because it's like, you know, this is my husband.
Yeah,
but as far as I knew, she was a stranger to me. As far as I knew.
Exactly.
So, again, the onus was mainly on him.
Right.
And it also made me look at myself, not to excuse the behavior, but when you're in relationships, again, it's certain things where we have to take accountability.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, as I told him, we all make decisions.
Yes.
So, again, and it's been extensive discussions, but the bottom line is, I'm holding the person, and again, this is how I work with people across the board. I'm holding you accountable
for your
and
actions.
what our relationship is supposed to be. I ain't got nothing to do with the other folks.
Yes, yes.
I'm holding you accountable, even if you're a friend or a business associate too.
Right.
What we got going on is what we got going on.
Exactly. So would you ever take your personal stuff to social media? Because I know people use that as an outlet.
I mean, I have. I mean, I wrote the blog and shared it on Facebook.
Wow.
I have. And I mean, you've seen my page. Yeah, I wrote a blog about it. I blogged about it. It's called Life After Death.
But
it's on my blog.
That's different from just
a blog and personal.
No, because the blog was personal. It was.
No, I'm saying like, it's different between like attacking someone on Facebook because of the infidelity in your marriage, opposed to the way you done it. You're dealing with the situation and you're turning the negative energy into positive.
Yeah, I mean, and it took me a ways to get here. Like, I don't want to make it the front like it was great,
right?
And I still have my moments where I be wanting to smother him in his sleep.
Wait, hold on one second, guys.
No.
Welcome to the Mysteries of Sex.
I'm not gonna do it.
Wait a minute, Rocky. Welcome to the Mysteries of Sex. Who do we have on the line?
This is Akia Brown.
Hey, Miss Brown. How you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
Phenomenal. Thank you. Miss Rocky got you for me. Do you remember me?
I sort of kind of remember, but I'm not too sure.
On 9:10 a.m. Superstation with Dr. Sabrina with Sizzling Talk, I told you I love you.
Yes, I did. I remember exactly. You were my first phone interview. I spoke to you the very first night after we had the opening.
Yes, I mean, you are phenomenal. And Rocky, share with me, you have some phenomenal things going on. Okay, guys, we have Mrs. Brown on the line. She's a book author, and Miss Brown, you also have a boutique. Tell us some stuff that you've been working on lately.
Well, I've actually been working on my second book. It's titled Beyond Motherhood.
Beyond Motherhood. So it's Beyond Love, now Beyond Motherhood?
It's an online boutique. Beyond Love started as just a book. It turned into a brand. So I have my own little clothing line, Beyond Love. And I'm going back on tour this summer.
You're going back on tour. You going back on tour for your book or your clothing line?
Yes, for both, actually.
For both.
It's going to start May 19th. I'll be in Detroit at the book headquarters.
Okay.
And actually, me and my husband with both of our books.
Wow. So your husband has a book also?
Yes, he does. He's
Hey.
Living for the Sacrifice.
What's the name of it?
Hero's Guide to Success.
Miss Brown, what was the name of the book for your husband?
It's called A Living for the Sacrifice, A Hood Hero's Guide to Success.
Hey, I like that. So when are you coming back to Detroit?
Travion Davenport.
Okay. When are you coming back to Detroit?
Actually, tomorrow.
I gotta see. No, you gotta come. You gotta come to my uncensored. You have to come to my. How long are you going to be here?
I'll be there until Saturday.
I gotta see you.
The following weekend. When is your uncensored air?
My uncensored air is on Wednesdays. I leave and go to Miami on Friday, and I come back on Monday. So I definitely gotta see you because I don't know how much you're gonna talk about, but guys, Miss Brown is into a non-monogamous marriage.
Okay.
So, Miss Brown, can you tell us a little bit about what's been, because a lot didn't happen since I last talked to you. I mean, a whole lot. A whole lot. So how many wives, or how many girlfriends, or what do you call the other women?
My wife-in-law.
Your wife-in-laws. That's right. You did say that. So how many wife-in-laws do you have?
At the present time, I still have 2 wife-in-laws.
You have 2 wives.
However, the original wife-in-laws that we started with was Charlie Baltimore.
Charlie Baltimore.
Sabrina.
Okay.
Charlie Baltimore is no longer a wife-in-law. Okay. While we were filming the show, things transpired, and her and my husband aren't together anymore.
Did you beat her up?
He has another wife that's actually from Africa.
Wow. How do you like that?
Heidi actually was around before me.
Oh.
But her and Brian were also.
Wow. So she's from Africa. So
yes.
how do you relate to that? Do she speak that African language?
No, she speaks English. I mean, the times when I talk to her, she speaks English.
Okay. So you and her have a good relationship also?
Yeah, we have a pretty good rapport.
Okay, so I remember last year when I spoke to you, you told me that your husband you have wife-in-laws, but you don't sleep with no other man. Is that still the case?
You said, I'm sorry, I missed that.
You told me last year that your husband have other women, like your wife-in-laws, but you are totally monogamous towards him. You don't sleep with other men because you don't have any desire to. Have anything changed since then?
No.
You still only want him?
I've been this way since, it's been almost 19 years now.
Wow.
She's a good one.
Lexi, and she's beautiful. Did you see that picture of her?
Yeah, you're a good one, honey.
That's why I had her on my show, because I was fascinated.
She is so beautiful. And so what? Sometimes when you just don't feel like having sex, you just say, husband, go over there and get wife number 2. Or if you don't want...
my husband tell you I'm a little freak.
You a little freak. Okay, so what?
It's not many times that I don't feel like having sex.
Okay, so how can he keep all 3 of you guys happy? So how can one husband keep 3 women happy and satisfied sexually?
Oh, he manages to do it.
Do he have to take Viagra?
But he manages to do it. He really just say he's really, really good in bed.
So look, Mrs. Brown, do you ever see any of the women and say, oh my goodness, she is so beautiful, and get kind of like intimidated or feel some kind of way? Because we as women, some like that little gut feeling come in sometime, and I'll be looking like, ooh. Because they don't touch you, do they?
It don't matter how the chick looks, though.
Yeah,
I mean
it doesn't matter.
Not the outer appearance only, but what about
greedy.
the
Yeah,
sometimes it's selfish.
You took the word.
So it don't matter.
It don't even.
Because that wasn't even my thought. That does she look better than me? Because it just said you did it because you could.
Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that, Mrs. Brown?
No, I have seen women that I felt like, you know what I'm saying, were prettier than me, they body was a little more banging, but I've never felt intimidated.
Okay.
I just be like, damn, I gotta get in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
That's motivation.
Right. Like, she's strapped up. I give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
But I don't feel intimidated because I know the kind of woman that I am.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? To me, I'm the baddest bitch.
Okay.
Ms. Brown said she got that comeback.
Yes.
Okay.
19 years in the making. So I agree. 19 years. Look, you got 2 decades sitting on you damn near. So I agree.
Absolutely.
So now tell me this. Do the women interact with you also, or just your husband sexually?
Sexually, that's just my husband. I always said that, our bed is between he and I is sacred.
Okay.
I mean, I've always told him, if you want to have a menage a trois, that's just your dream. I'll go find you 2 women. I just don't want to participate.
Okay.
So y'all never have a threesome?
No, I don't like women.
Oh.
See, I don't have you don't ever like want to have a threesome with 2 guys?
She don't want no other guys.
Interesting.
But that is something to think about, isn't it, Mrs. Brown?
I'm like,
I've thought about that.
No, honestly, no. I thought about it, in the beginning. You know how women be like, if he can do it, I can do it too. How would you feel if I had, asked for 2 men? But honestly, no, because I'm not really sexually attracted to another man.
Oh. Okay. So tell me this, Mrs. Brown.
Really in love with
if the situations would change, because I know that you've been through a lot since I talked to you. After I spoke with you, I seen you all on the news and everything. So tell me this, if your husband wasn't able to provide for you financially, spiritually, and mentally, would you still have the same loyalty and dedication to him?
No.
No, because I wouldn't be with him. I mean, that's the whole point. If he wasn't,
gotta be providing.
If you just asking financially, then that would be a different answer.
Okay, what about just financially?
Financially, mentally, emotionally, like that's what makes up our relationship, and that's what makes our, our bond and our dynamic so strong.
Right.
Because in most relationships, you have a provider.
Yes.
Or you have, a protector.
Yes.
Or you have a guy that can provide, and and that's good in bed. Or you might have somebody that's
Yes.
But I have the whole package. He's a provider, protector, stabilizer. Sexually, he's amazing. I mean,
does he have a brother?
So look, Mrs. Brown, I asked that question. I asked that sort of question because I know that those questions that I asked you, it's a possibility that those situations were challenged during your situation with your legal proceedings. I know that it came a point in time that finances came to play.
Right.
I know it came a point that, okay, what the heck are we going to do here? So you had to reach inside and say, look, my husband got my back no matter what. No matter what the media is saying, no matter what these people saying. At the same time, you went to your God and said, God, me and my husband made these vows, so forget everybody else. Forget this media. Forget these attorneys. Forget these judges. It's about me and him. I know that you had to dig deep down inside to hold fast on that financial stability, spiritual stability, all of it. So that's why.
Of course. I mean, my spiritual stability and my faith is on $2 billion. So it really don't matter what the government. In my life, the government really don't have a chance. I'm spiritual. As far as the financial aspect, I'm a hustler.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah, I know she's from Detroit when she said that.
These kids don't eat by any means necessary.
That's right. So, Miss Brown, tell me this: since you have two other wife-in-laws, and now you have children also, how do the kids look at the wife-in-laws?
Well, the kids know. My husband has three children outside of our marriage.
Okay.
And my kids know all the kids. They've all been to my house. We've all spent holidays. The kids have spent holidays with us. So the kids, they intertwine. They know the mother, but they don't have personal relationships with them.
Okay. So
they know them, they respect them, they know exactly who they are.
Okay.
But as far as they'll say, that's my daddy other wife. But one of them is not she never was a wife. He had a baby. They had a little relationship, and it happened. But they do know who she is, and they do know all the kids. All the kids know each other. I'm a really, really big supporter of blended families. I would never stop my kids from, being with his other kids or anything like that.
That's beautiful.
I've never been like that.
That's beautiful. Lex, you got some questions?
Yeah, well, all I can say, I think you're a very, very big woman.
Yes.
And I think that you have a very broad spectrum of love, relationship, and family. And what it is to actually make a sacrifice to make somebody else happy. And ultimately, that's what love is. We make a lot of sacrifices to make someone else happy, regardless of our children, our husband, our lover, whoever it is. So you are a really big woman. Yes. I must say that you're much bigger than me because I would definitely have a couple of boyfriends on the outside. Okay. I must say you're a better woman than I could ever be because I would have been asked for a threesome by now.
Yes.
Okay? So just to make the playing field even, I'm like, come on, for real. But overall, I think you're phenomenal. I think you're a very bright, very intelligent woman that have a very great outlook on life and relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, she is phenomenal because actually what she said is what people go through every day.
Yeah.
They just be in denial.
Exactly. She's just being realistic.
That's
what I
respect
about
exactly.
her. It wouldn't be for me, but I respect that you living in your truth.
Yeah. I mean, because so often we be in relationships with people. Well, some people be in relationships with people, and they know they man cheating.
Yeah.
And they act like they act like they don't know.
Yeah.
And then they like, oh, he cheated on me. He had a baby by me. That baby can't come nowhere. Right? You know your man was cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why not bring this child to the table? I mean, and then they stay married.
Yeah.
So they husbands be out there
and
cheating.
And then the baby doesn't have anything to do with it.
Exactly.
The children, they innocent in the whole matter, in the whole situation. They didn't ask to be here. Sometimes parents, men, women make careless mistakes, but the child should never
agree.
Yeah.
So tell me this: have you ever had any of the wife-in-laws or the baby mamas or the prototypes, possibility women? Have you and them this energy never mixed, and you was like, oh, I just don't like her, but your husband did like her, but you was like, I do not like her, but your husband really did like her? Had that ever happened?
Yeah.
Was that with Charlie? Charlie?
And it just be a situation where you're not gonna get along with everybody.
Yes.
Everybody not gonna be on the same level that you are. Everybody not gonna think like you think, respect you like you know what I'm saying, the respect you supposed to have. So, of course that's when energies clash.
Yes.
Now how I deal with it is, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna always respect you just because of who you are to my husband.
Yes.
But I'm also gonna demand respect because of who I am to myself.
Yes.
Well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that you're a lady. You're such a freaking lady.
The fact that
You're such a freaking
She
look.
one of those, she
When
cuss
you
you out
come,
and you don't know it.
when you come
She
on my
done cussed you out.
uncensored show, I'm gonna be able to say the real word. But you such a freaking lady,
That's why I had her
baby.
on my show, because I respect that. I was like, I don't agree with it because I don't even like to share my food. But
You
I
told
was
me
like,
that.
you doing it, boo. And then I tell you that, Akia, I was like, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was just like straight up, I was fascinated by her story, like,
Yes.
and especially have gone through that myself.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know if I could, but everybody has their threshold. So
Mrs. Brown. So when you
Yeah.
go through this, you never have that emotional time, like that you cry, like okay, like you be at home and you know he with one of his other wives, and you just be at home, you be wanting that attention too. It never mess with you mentally.
No, I just FaceTime.
You just
Well,
FaceTime
You know what I'm talking about?
hey baby, are you on a date? Well, I just wanted to see you.
So what if you don't answer?
I mean, he'll call me, and he'll be, trust me, our relationship is so unreal. He didn't call me in bed with women.
Oh my goodness! And you listen?
I mean, I'll be like, hey, how you doing?
You ask him how he doing?
And
She's
say
such
what
a
I
big
call
woman.
for. Or,
That's
you
how
know
we
what I'm
come
saying?
through the
Sometimes
phone.
I'll be like, all right, enjoy yourself. I'll talk to you later.
Literally.
But wait, tell me this, and you
Black
didn't feel
man,
no
you
kind of
know
way
what you-
inside?
What you say?
You didn't feel no kind of way inside? You didn't feel like, dang, man.
No, because I know he's sexing other women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it. What I got to feel a certain way about something I already know.
You are a
What-
hell of a woman.
Do any of the women ever, like, when you FaceTime him and he's in the bed with them, do any of them be like, hey?
Yes.
And what you say?
You say,
They be like, hey, thank you.
you say thank you?
See, I'm going to have to tell y'all this when I come on the
You're
podcast
bigger
show,
than
but
me.
I'm trying to get my
Baby.
composure, y'all.
Mrs. Brown, you are the bomb.com. Mrs. Brown, you have
Hey,
everything in
I'm
life that
telling
you want, right?
That's why I had to try.
You
to
are
figure out,
you
like,
are extremely happy, and you must have everything. He makes sure that you are happy in all
better.
other aspects.
But
You
I think
tell
part of
him
it too
if
is that
he
she's
mess
her
up-
own woman in her own way too. I
well,
think that's
I'm going to tell y'all like this. I make myself happy as well.
exactly
Like, you gotta
that's
be
the
happy
point. Make your
within.
because you're
Right.
educated.
You
She
can't,
got that
nobody
hustle.
can make you happy.
Yeah, I
See,
agree.
when you don't have nothing going on, that's when you're miserable because you got to hang on to what
Right.
he got
Right.
going on.
But
When you
look,
can establish your own stuff
I'm
Right.
not married,
and he
Rocky.
can be there with you, be your partner, it's like, look, either you rolling or you not.
Rocky, I'm not
And then
married.
it's
so-
also a difference, and it's a great feeling when you with somebody because you really genuinely want to be with that person, not because you have to be with them.
Exactly,
Not because,
exactly. When you have
Yeah.
choices,
your
exactly.
standard of living is going to drop because if you're not with them, or not because I'm afraid of what people might say if I leave them or something like that. None of that applies to me.
I'm happy you said that.
I'm always with my husband because I want to be with him.
Okay, Mrs. Brown, I'm happy you said that. So you are educated and you are a go-getter and you have your own boutique, you have your own books, you have your own revenue. So you're with him because you love him, not because you have to. However, how do your family look towards it? I know you're the type of person that you don't care what no outsiders say. I already know that. I asked you that before. But how do your parents, your family, extended family feel about
as long as
They
she's
have
happy?
a lot of support.
My parents, and in the beginning when Pino was in jail, of course, everybody had something to say about it, like, don't waste your life waiting on a man. He got to do 10 years, 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
did we lose her? Miss
You
Brown.
gotta read the book.
Yes.
You gotta read that book.
I'm going to get her book when she come in tomorrow. I'm going to get that book.
I want her to
She
call
is a
back.
hell of a... Miss Brown, please call back. We only got
Yeah,
10 more
she
minutes,
gotta be
like 6 minutes, but she's a hell of a woman.
Babe, she
She
got to
is
be.
a hell of a woman.
I mean, she is a
Look,
huge.
Miss Lexi, I don't even think I
She
could be
got
that kind of
she got me
woman.
wanna take my glasses off and wipe my face. Like,
I mean, I'm not lying.
I mean, but everybody got their level. Because I've had people say that to me, like I couldn't do what you do, but that's why you ain't me.
Oh, here she
Everybody's
is.
different. Good.
Mysteries of Sex. Oh, I'm so happy you called back.
Girl, we so
Miss
glad you
Brown,
called
you are such an inspiration. I mean, so what advice would you give someone who's considering marriage? What would be your advice?
It depends if they're considering an open marriage, whether they're considering an open marriage, closed marriage, monogamous marriage. Make sure you're doing it for all the right reasons, and you really, really love this person that you plan on marrying. Also, you got to be willing to live for that person and not for self.
Okay.
I mean, that's something, that's a lesson that I'll be honest, my husband had to teach me early on in the relationship. He like, you live for me and let me live for you.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's how you are, right?
I mean, I'm not as far as her, but the point is, though, I get where she's coming from. It is a sacrifice.
Yes.
You don't get married, and that's the facade that people fall into. You get married because you think of what you're going to gain.
Right.
And you trying to, all the little fantasy. But when you get into it
Yes.
and you have to go through some stuff,
Yes.
that's when you realize that it's a sacrifice. It is. It is. So,
Absolutely.
and you make the decision as to how much you're going to sacrifice. And like, it's a beautiful thing when you won't be with them because you want to be.
Not because you have to.
But, and I'm glad my mother taught me that
Yes.
when I did get married, to still have my own stuff going on.
Yes.
So that,
Mrs. Brown.
Always.
And that's just something that my husband has been living all his life. That's what his book is about, like living for the sacrifice. Not even just for his women, his wives, women that he in a relationship with, but everybody he comes in contact with. Like, he sacrifices himself for any and everybody that he feel like God put in his path for him to be there for.
That's beautiful.
I had one of the ladies.
That's beautiful. So, Mrs. Brown, do you have any type of limitations on your marriage? Do you have any, besides the sacred place of the bedroom, do you have any limits like, okay, no, you're not going to do this?
I mean, of course, I'm not going to be disrespected by nobody.
Okay.
Nobody else. Like, I'm
Now,
not.
what do you consider
everybody
disrespect?
has their deciding factor.
What would you?
And that's one of them. And of course, I don't play those domestic violence games. Like, don't put your hands on me. Like, we don't play that. My daddy didn't with me.
Yes.
So, that would be a deciding factor for me.
Yeah, okay. I could. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I got it. I have to see you when you come to Detroit. You have to come on the Uncensored. I can't really say as much, and I want to see you in person before I ask you more questions to see what you allow me to go into. I could tell that you're a very, very, very
Big
compelled
woman.
person. You know you. You love you.
Yes.
No one else defined you but you. And I see that because you have to be an incredibly, incredibly authentic person inside out in order to do that. I'm not where you're at now. I hope to one day get that way. Because right now...
You just have to, you really have to come outside yourself. You really do have to really come outside yourself and look at it from the bigger picture. You know how some people... the easiest way it was for me is I had to put myself in a situation like, if this was my best friend, if my husband was my best friend, and I was on the outside looking at him and dealing with all these different women, like, how would I feel? Would I feel like he generally loves these women, or is he playing this person or playing this person? And, when I realized, like, no, he generally loves. You know what I'm saying? He's genuine.
So do you have to be, I hate to say this word, but do you have to be queen bee? Like, as long as I come first, I don't care who come behind me, as long as I'm that main one? Or is there a main one?
I don't say that I have to be, but, you know, I mean, I've been with them the longest. You know,
and you are the one who really got the papers.
I ain't going to say perks, but, you know, it's a lot of things that we've been through that nobody else has been through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never stepped out on him, not one time.
Okay.
You know, we've never had a breakup in our whole 19 years. We've been together the whole 19 years.
It's nothing to break up for.
Otherwise, Haji, you know, they were on and off or whatever. Then, you know, him and Sabrina, they had their on times and their off times where she went and did what she was going to do with other guys and stuff like that. You know, it's just some things that we've never been through, we've never experienced. So, and, you know, from the outside looking in, people will always be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, she that one, or, you know, she this or she that, when it's not really like that. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I put in the time, the energy, the work. You know what I'm saying?
Mrs. Brown, you are the one he made an oath to God with. No matter what. He signed them papers. You signed them papers. He can't be a bigamist. He can go around saying these other people his wives. However, you are the legal wife. If anything was to ever happen to that man, those other women were just women. You're going to get everything at the end of the day. So you are Queen Bee. That's very smart of you, because you capitalized on your relationship, which I love you and respect you for it. I have to get a chance to meet you. Please call Rocky, get my phone number. We got to end the show. I got to meet you in person. Bring an autographed book. I got to get your book so I can read your book.
Thank you for coming on, Nakia.
Yeah, I promise you I will make sure that I make it your way. I don't know. Tomorrow I won't be there till tomorrow evening. So what time is your uncensored show on Wednesday?
At night, whatever time you tell me, I'm going to make it. I'm going to put it on Facebook at whatever time you tell me. We'll do it that time. Whatever time you say, I'm going to have it go that way then, because I definitely got to see you. I respect you. I love you. And, man, you rock. You are a phenomenal woman, baby.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I got to have you back on Rocky's Reality, too.
Get the contact information from Rocky.
Okay.
And we definitely have to link up.
All right. Thank you, baby. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, that was something. Rocky?
Baby,
ooh, I love her.
Twisted my wig and
yes,
everything.
I'm sweating.
You can't, even if you don't agree with that, but I think that's in life. You learn as you get older, even if you don't agree with it, you got to respect it if people is authentic. Like
respect
you said,
it, yes.
Hey.
Guys, this was a hell of a show.
Yes.
This was oh my goodness. This was show right here. This was some real stuff. I'm going to bring her into Mysteries of Sex Uncensored, and I'm going to bring Miss Rocky, because Miss Rocky like a curse like I do. So I'm going to bring her to Uncensored.
We didn't talk about sex as much as I wanted
We did talk about sex, but you going to come on the show with her, right?
Oh, absolutely. What time? Tomorrow?
She said tomorrow. So whatever time, we're going to let you guys know. Okay. So once again, Ms. Rocky, how can everybody reach you? And how can they follow you on your podcast and everything else?
So that's Rocky with an ROCKIS Reality on all social media. Also, my business is Right Down to It, WRITE. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram.
All right. Lacey, let's tell them. I teach you, you teach me. Together we explore and discover the mysteries of sex. Peace.
Let's talk sex with Love Maya. Let's talk sex with Love Maya.